there, YouTube? I'm back again today for another game review. Today I'm very excited to check out Blink, the world's fastest game from Out of the Box Games. This is for 2 players, ages 7 to adult, and Blink is a super fast matching game in which you're going to have a small hand of cards. You're going to have 2 piles out in the middle, then you're going to try to play down your cards as fast as possible and try to deplete your deck before your opponent is able to deplete their deck. It's quick, it's simple, it's fast, but is it good? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think. Before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to Steven, who wants to say Cthulhu Ryland. He was one of the supporters on our Kickstarter and helped send us to Germany and Indianapolis, so big thank you to Steven. Let's open up Blink and tell you what I think. Oh, that rhymed. Alright then, let's take a look at what's going to get inside of Blink. So first and foremost, we're going to handy dandy little rule sheet. It's one small page, double-sided pretty much. Should have you up and running in no time at all. In the back is just 3-player Blink, 4 or more player Blink tournaments, balanced play, which we'll talk more about that in the pros and the cons. I can also teach you how to play the game right now because it's very simple. I'm going to be setting up a 2-player version of the game. 3-player version of the game is very, very similar. You're just going to have 3 piles instead of 2, and you're going to have 3 community piles instead of 2, and I'll explain that a little bit more in a second. So now that we've evenly split up the piles, each player is going to draw 3 cards into their hand, like so. 3 cards into your hand, and then they're both going to flip over the top card at the same time, say blink, and that is when you're going to go. And the cards are going to look like this. They're going to have triangles, they're going to have teardrops, they'll have moons, they'll have stars, they're going to be in different colors, and they're going to have different numbers of images on them. And when you play a card, and you can play a card either here or here, so you'll have 2 piles to play on, you can either match the color, like that, or you can match the symbol. And also, the rule is you can only play 1 card at a time. So I couldn't just be like, oh wait, so I got 1 here, and 2 here, so, or what, I could do this because that's gray and then that's 1. No, you got to play 1 card at a time. So I could do this, then I could do this, and you always want to be drawing up to 3, and you can draw up to 3 whenever you see fit. It's not like you have to draw as soon as you do a card, so you do something like this. But anywho, you're going to continue to go until you played all your cards. In the very unlikely scenario in which there is 2 things out here, which no one can play on, you just flip over a new card, or if you don't have a pile, you take a card out of your hand and put it down here. Now, that's pretty much the entire game. Whoever finishes first and plays all their cards first will win the game. Let me show you how a 3-player version of the game works as well. It's also really simple. You split the cards into 3 piles instead of 2, and then each player plays a card to their left right here. And now this player can play here or here, this player can play here or here, and this player can play here or here. Either way, you're still going to have 2 piles. I liked it both at 2 and 3 players. Talk more about that a little bit later. But that in a nutshell is what you're going to do inside of Blink. Alrighty then, Blink from Out of the Box Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go to the pros, let's go to the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. It is a light, simple, family weight children's game. 2 players, it can go up to 3. I would not recommend any more than 3. So obviously, it's got a restricted player count, and it's just a light, simple game, which will be a turn off to some people. There's not much strategy in this game aside from play cards as fast as you can, try to set yourself up with good combinations, and that's it. This is much more of a, I don't want to say dexterity, but it's much more of just a speed game than anything else. There's no real strategy to the game whatsoever, which will be a turnoff to some people. I mean, this is nothing you're going to bust out on a game night. I don't think most couples are going to play this game unless you're just brand spanking new to the hobby. And that's really all I got on the con side. I mean, moving on to the pros, you pretty much know what you're going to get with this game. It is a lightning-fast speed game where you're trying to match colors, shapes, or the number of images on a card, and you're trying to do that faster than your opponent. That's pretty much all there is to this game. But that being said, for the target market, that's all you need for this game. Children really like this game. The kids in my class really enjoy this game. And when I got into my classroom, there were not many games in the classroom. There was Uno, Phase 10, Checkers, Connect 4, and Blink. Those were the games in the classroom. And Blink had been in there since I started working there, like 7 years ago. So Blink has been really popular with kids. And if you have kids, this is an easy recommendation. Kids really enjoy this game. And this is a children's game, meaning that children can play this by themselves. It's also a great family game, especially if you combine a deck. I think then at that point, it becomes a better 4, 5, and 6 player game. But I really enjoy this at 2 and 3 players. I like playing it with the kids. I like I like when I play kids that are actually good at the game too, and that's one of the other things on the con side is if you're playing with a kid who's not as good as you at the game, you will crush them. Now, luckily, this game is very easily modifiable, so that if you're crushing a kid, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna take 5 more of your cards, and then if you still crush the kid, you're like, I'm going to take 5 more of your cards. So you just have more cards to play, and they have less cards to play. So it is a lot easier to balance this game out, which I like. So I'm a big fan of that. And overall, I think Blink is a great children's game. Just pure and simple. And if I'm looking at this purely as a children's game, I think it's a great game. As a family game, I think it's a great game as well, as long as your children are on the younger side. Other than that, no, not a party game, not a game night game, not a couples game unless you're brand spanking new to the hobby. But Blink, easy to learn, easy to teach, does not outstay its welcome. So yes, I can recommend this if you have kids ages 5 to 12. I think they're really going to dig this game. Older than that, they're probably going to want to play something else. But if you have kids in that age range, I think this is a great family and children's game. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know. What's the longest you can go without blinking? So, I'm just going to do this. Ready? Alright, so I'm going to continue to talk though. Oh my gosh. Did I just blink? I think I just blinked. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is really stinking difficult. Alright, I'm going to talk about something else. It's going to distract me from the fact that I'm not blinking. I'm going to look at stuff. My eyes are really starting to water right now. This is really starting to bug me. I thought I could make it a minute, but now I'm not thinking I can make it a minute. I think I can hold my breath longer than... So that's a good question. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think you could hold your breath longer or not blink longer? Let me know. I think I blinked. No, I think I'm just flinching. It's really hard to tell the difference between blinking and flinching. Okay, I feel like I hit the fourth wall, like runners do. I feel like I hit... No, the fourth wall is in acting. Did I just blink? I can't tell. I'll go back to the tape later. I don't think I blinked, though. But what I mean is, I think I hit the wall where it started to go from really painful to now, like it's really just fine. Like I'm not feeling it at all. So maybe I could. Oh no, I just blinked. Okay, so however long that was, let me know in the comments below. Though. You think you can hold your breath longer? Or you think you can go without blinking longer? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.